Let's admit this, Barry is the worst time traveler in the history of movies and television. I mean, seriously, Barry, you have a group of friends that are time travelers right now. You should have called up the Legends of Tomorrow and asked them for a little bit of help. Hey everybody, this is David, and I'm going to be telling you about The Flash Season 2, Episode 17, Flashback. And this was a flashback to the past, I'm not gonna lie. This definitely brought back some old feels of Season 1. Feels that, I really missed. And that I think maybe Season 2 has been lacking a little bit. I love Season 2, but it's definitely not up there with Season 1. And I feel like this episode really brought back that flavor that we all missed. And it's definitely going to take us forward to where we are heading, and I can't wait. So let's get right into this episode. What did I like? What did I didn't like? Let's talk about it. So basically, we have Barry. He needs to go faster to beat Jay because he knows Jay is now this Zoom character. And yeah, so he goes back in time because he realizes maybe the only person that can help him is the other one that could outrun him, Reverse Flash. So he goes back in time to find Harrison Wells, who was really Eobard Thawne at the time. And I actually like that moment where Harrison Wells from Earth 2 had to even yell at Barry and remind him that is not Harrison Wells. That is a man disguised as Harrison Wells. And because that's something that's been bothering me all season of Season 2, whenever they refer to Harrison Wells of Season 1, they call him Harrison Wells and not Eobard Thawne, even though they should know by now that's who it is. So I'm glad someone finally pointed that out. I also like the idea that, Barry had to go back in time, and we get to see the Pied Piper again. That episode, I can't remember which episode it was right now, but I'm sure if I look at IMDb and look for what episode that actor was in, I could find it. But I kind of wish I went back and watched that episode. If I knew that was the episode that they were going back to, I would have went back and rewatched it before the episode aired, but I didn't know. But it was a lot of fun seeing Barry, how he would try to maneuver through things. And it seems like as the episode went on, he kept screwing up more and more. And I said, something's going to be different for sure. And what was it? Thankfully, the outcome wasn't as bad as we thought it would be. But I'm surprised after all that messing up, the only thing to change in the present day was Pied Piper now being a good guy. So that was interesting. I hope we get to see this more of this different side of the Pied Piper. I think it would be interesting to see him help the team once in a while. Now that he's good, why not? Try that out. I want to see how else he can help the team. So I don't think this will be the end of him. I think we will be seeing him again one day. So, and more on an ally side rather than a villain. Obviously, for me, some of the best moments in this episode was seeing Tom Cavanagh as the evil Harrison Wells, aka Eobard Thawne. It was great seeing him play this character again, and as soon as he figures out that there's something off about Barry, he knows there's something off about him, and he interrogates him, and you start to see that evil Harrison Wells again, that Eobard Thawne within, And I love every moment of this episode, especially when Tom Cavanagh was there. It was just fun seeing him get back into that role, and you realize how great of an actor he is, how different he plays that Harrison Wells, and how different he plays the Harrison Wells from Earth 2. It really is, this show is definitely lucky, I think, to have Tom Cavanagh playing on this show, because he does a phenomenal job. The entire cast does a phenomenal job. I think they all deserve a round of applause, especially for this episode. I really love the double Barry moment too, with Grant Gustin playing both Barrys, playing off of himself. That was a lot of fun as well, especially at the end when he comes back. You're like, what? No, now this Barry is here, this Barry. They're like meeting each other, and Barry's just like telling all of them the truth. Yeah, I'm from another timeline. And you think that the future, when he gets back there to the present, that it's going to be all screwed up. But thankfully it didn't, like I said. So it was this episode was a lot of fun, definitely, and it was a nice little throwback to the past. We also get Eddie in this episode. Eddie is back, and it was nice seeing him again. I think we can all agree that Eddie was that character in season 1 that we were kind of like, I don't care about this character. We want Barry and Iris to get together. But then by the end of the first season, when Eddie dies, you do care for that character, and you realize, whoa, this character was a good character, and the way they written him throughout, you thought they were going to go in a different direction with him, and then they actually make him a hero at the end. And so it was really nice seeing Barry and Eddie. You know, you can feel that tension between them isn't there anymore, because this isn't season 1 Barry, this is season 2 Barry, where he's kind of moved past Iris. And so it was actually nice that he made a video for Iris, because Iris is having some difficulties getting over Eddie. She doesn't know if she can pursue another relationship until she's completely over Eddie. And the fact that Barry made that tape for her, that video for her of Eddie in the past, that was really nice. And it shows how much of a really good friend that Barry is. And I gotta say, once again, Iris is definitely the best love interest right now on any superhero TV show. She doesn't get annoying. They actually improved her. Like in season 1, she was okay. She had moments where she seemed like she could go the way of Lana or Laurel or any of those characters on any of those superhero shows. But she actually has grown into a much better character. You can see the writers are listening and they're agreeing with the fans to not go in that love triangle, annoying, bragging, whatever. We don't want to see that kind of drama on this show. Give us different type of drama. Give us the superhero drama, Give us this type of drama where she needs to overcome the loss of her ex. And I thought that was really good and well handled. I like the message there, the narration at the end there with Barry talking about having to face our past sometimes. Sometimes the way to get over things is to face our past. And I like that little message there. So with all that being said, guys, I'm going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. I thought it was a really strong episode, really great. It moved the episode along nicely, the story along nicely, and yeah, I had a great time. It was almost a perfect 10. And the only reason I didn't give it a perfect 10, I'm going to tell you the truth, is because the shock at the end of the future. I thought the future would have been screwed up, and I would have gave an applause if they did. I would have gave this a 10 out of 10 if Barry really messed the timeline up badly. But obviously the writers didn't want to do it that way. They wanted, no, our time is still intact. Don't worry about it. Only one thing changed because something had to change out of all of that crap that Barry did back in time. So it was a really great episode, a lot of fun, and I hope the rest of the season, we're almost done the rest of the season. We're episode 17, we're a few episodes down, so it's looking good. If the rest of the episodes can keep up with this momentum that this episode just gave us, this was the kind of episode I was hoping for last week. If they can keep this up, I'll be really happy for the rest of the season, and season 2 will almost be as great as season 1, unless they really top the finale or the next couple of episodes like really mind-blowing. So we'll have to see. Until next time, guys, take care.